Roll to ignore the cats.
Yeah, I did not succeed on that.
Yeah, one of these tigers can tell that you really want to pet it, and so it's ignoring you harder. The elevator rattles and begins ascending once more. On the 4th floor, the door opens and there's a scrawny woman standing there in a thick leather apron. More importantly, there are several tigers around her, and she begins pushing them into the lift. These large striped cats take up a lot of room. She gets at least 4 of them in there, which means they're not exactly stacked, but if you've ever had to feed multiples of cats at a time, they'll like move under and over each other, and they'll try to do the same thing to your feet. They're kind of like wedging halfway into that motion and occasionally undulating in a small pile of tigers as she packs them in.
Oh dear. Good evening, madam. Wonderful cats. I'm trying to get as small away from the razor-sharp claws and jaws of the tiger as I possibly can.
As she's holding the rump of the last one in, the attendant hits all of his levers, pushes his buttons, does it 2 more times, and the doors close. The last tiger has to kind of like scoot in as its tiger butt is pushed in. You guys are snug with these creatures.
Gormer's very nervous.
The tigers seem slightly confused, but not upset or anything. However, your little elevator friend, he starts yanking on one of the tails of a tiger nearby.
I say, Mr. Attendant, I don't think they like that. Good kitty.
He just keeps yanking on that tail.
Please stop, sir. I would hate for one of these tigers to become irritated in such a small, tight area.
Please. Wait, maybe he's into it. I don't know. Do the tigers appear to be off-put by the yanking of the tail?
Roll your advanced skill of animal handling or tiger training, if you have that.
I have neither.
Troika encourages you to just make up new advanced skills as needed.
Oh, then I have
really
both.
Appreciate. Not to gain them as a character, but to instantiate them as concepts in the game.
I got a 9.
And what is your base skill?
My base skill is 6.
One of these tigers seems a little perturbed at your attempts to soothe it. It lets out a warning growl at you.
Oh, yeah. This one's definitely into it. Keep tugging, my good man.
I say, I must insist you cease pulling on the tiger's tail.
He grabs it with the other hand and he's yanking harder. Amazingly, this tiger is not impressed. He's a very small little man compared to the size of the tiger. What are you pulling out of your head?
I was going to pull a spell out, but if the tiger's not getting mad, but one of them is getting mad?
Yes, the one Darlo was attempting to soothe. That's like 3 tigers deep.
Good kitty.
Darlo, I think the sounds it's making, it does not rather care for that. So perhaps if we just let sleeping tigers lie, as it were. Oh.
Keep petting. I'm going to try to pet it. Darlo reaches out his hand. No, he's a good kitty, and attempts to pet a thing you should do to all cats, which is attempt to touch them when they don't want to be touched.
Mm-hmm. Now, is your
backwards
priestly order pro-cat or anti-cat, just in general, would you say?
I'm going to say they're really pro-cat, because I can't imagine anything on the internet being anti-cat.
That's a good stance to take on the Jaunty Mantis. Moth, what are you doing while Darlo and the elevator attendant agitate these large cats?
I think in Moth's experience dealing with cats, the best thing that you can do with them is ignore them. It drives them crazy.
Excellent. Roll to ignore the cats.
Yeah, I did not succeed on that.
Yeah, one of these tigers can tell that you really want to pet it, and so it's ignoring you harder. But you can tell that it's ignoring you, and it can tell that you're ignoring it. Basically, the system works. However, the beasts are getting agitated.
Oh, Darlo, please stop. This is my graduation from opening the 8th door. I do not wish to be consumed on an elevator by a tiger. I must say, if you do not cease now, I shall have no choice but to resort to sorcerous means.
Fine. It was worth it just to see you squirm. Shithead.
A rather common attitude amongst many people. Regrettably.
The moment you remove the hand, the ears go from like angry position to just slightly annoyed position. Thankfully, again, the elevator attendant's just a little monkey man. He cannot pull very hard, it seems. And before you know it, the doors are opening to the 5th floor, and there's another tiger trainer in a heavy leather apron, and he starts grabbing the tigers by their neck fur and pulling them out, which they seem to be used to, at least from these people.
I must say, I'm rather compelled. I'm saying this to Moth. What do you think their story is?
As the tigers are leaving, Moth loses the ignoring each other competition with one of the tigers and does like reach out and tries to pet one as it's trying to leave the elevator.
Immediately, the leg of the trainer's chair smacks your wrist away. Says, please don't. These are trained tigers. You can't just agitate them willy-nilly. And then he has to also use the chair to knock the elevator attendant off of the tail because he's being dragged out of the elevator by it, refusing to let go.
I can see that they're working right now. It's no time to be petting.
Indeed. But I hope you'll enjoy our show up on the roof here in less than an hour. Surely we'll be ready in time. And he uses the chair to keep prodding the tigers down the hall away from the elevator.
I wish I had asked that lady what her story is, because Troika, center of the multiverse. I mean, so many planar connections, city of, pathways, but 2 tiger trainers putting tigers on it. What is their story? I'll have to ask them after the show on the roof.
The attendant reluctantly picks himself up from the floor and wades back into the thick carpet of the elevator and goes back to his controls with his head hung a little sadly, a little low. But just before the doors can close, you hear a clanking noise, metal on metal. And you look down, just as the door shut, there is a tiny little metal, looks like a miniature knight standing next to you in brightly painted armor from head to toe, no flesh visible. His lance also, or its lance perhaps, striped color all the way down, complementing the colorful armor. It just stands quietly next to you.
I nod down, look down at him and nod.
It gives you a nod back, and you can't see anything but darkness through the eye slits.
Going up.
And it gives you another nod, and it kind of stamps the lance.
I say, I'm turning to the elevator operator. I do not mean to cast aspersions upon your work ethic or duty, but I think that I must say, out of a place of wisdom and concern for you, that business with the tiger was rather out of hand, and I would please humbly request that while we are on this elevator trying to reach our room, that you refrain from any monkey business.
The attendant kind of goes, looks at you and then turns last dial and then gives you a little blows a raspberry right at you. And then
never.
The tiny metal knight leans his lance, kind of couches it like he's going to charge the elevator attendant with it, and looks up at you, Gormer, for permission.
Just like, oh, please, he's the only one that knows how to operate the elevator. We must find excuses for his utter lack of manners.
The mysterious little friend stands at attention, gives you a salute, and stamps the lance.
I must say your armor is ever so fine, sir.
Salutes you again with a nice clamping of metal.
Gormer, who's your friend?
I don't know his name. Do you have a name, sir?
He stamps his lance twice into the carpet, which does not make a very impressive noise, but you feel like it would on, say, a stone or metal floor.
Mm.
Even a wood floor, might reverberate nicely.
2 stamps, then.
He nods his little head appreciatively.
Well, this is Sir 2 stamps.
Fantastic.
And then he kind of like points at you expectantly.
Which one of us?
Yeah, you. All 3 of you. 3 fingers. Points with 3 fingers. It's wild.
Okay.
As it gives you a nod.
Yes, well met, Sir Tiny Knight.
Stamps his lance
Oh,
twice.
yeah, I'm sorry. It just occurred to me. I am Gormer the Underbursar, sorcerer of the 8th door of the Academy of Doors. A pleasure, sir.
I'm Red Priest Darlo. Shit.
Full name. And I'm Moth, and Moth gives about as deep as a bow as they can manage.
3 stamps of the lance.
Pretty straightforward fellow.
Well, martial types concerned with duty and honor.